We're back on a Monday, but you can't trust that day. Somebody told me that once on the radio. It is Monday, the 25th day of October, 2021. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. We're back at it for the final week in October. Halloween comes up on Sunday. November is 1 week from today. The year is slipping by. It was a cool and wet weekend for most of our viewing area. For the record, Friday we got 0.16 inches of rain. Saturday, just a trace, as predicted. And then Sunday, yesterday, we had 0.31 inches of rain. We had almost a third of an inch of rain. So all told, rainfall between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, almost half an inch, 0.47 inches of badly needed rain. And we are not out of this pattern yet. We're going to have cool temperatures. We're going to have some wet conditions, especially tomorrow night. That big low that's centered right off the Vancouver Island is spinning around. It's grabbing that stuff. It's sending it our way. It's going to move a little bit. It's going to make things a little breezy. We're in for more wet weather for the balance of the week. Forecast details are coming up. Again, we need the rain. We're still in a drought here in north central Washington, but bring it on. Hope you had a good weekend. I hope you spent some of it with us. Lots of stuff to get to. Lots of weather. We've already previewed that. We got news. We got sports, including highlights from the National American League Championship Series. The matchup is set for the 117th World Series. The American League pennant champions, the Houston Astros, the National League pennant champions, the Atlanta Braves, will get underway tomorrow night in Houston, my favorite time of the year, plus highlights from other sporting activities from over the weekend and everything else that you need to get your day going on this Monday. It is 45 degrees outside of our studios. Quick little thing before we jump into our cameras around the valley. Reports of some ice in places on Blewett Pass. Ice in places on Blewett Pass. Now, I have a feeling, can't quite see now, it's not bright enough yet. Sun's not up for a while yet, another hour or so. My guess is Mission Ridge got a pretty good dose of snow. Don't know. We'll find out as it gets brighter out. As it gets brighter out, we'll have some better views. In the meantime, here's what we have for you. With our high-definition PTZ cameras all over north central Washington and the Wenatchee Valley, the cross cam is zoomed out, pretty much as far out as it gets to be zoomed. It's letting in a little bit of sunlight, and we do see some patches of blue skies. Sunrise this morning at 7:35, sunset tonight 5:54. Yep, sun's coming up later. Sun's going down earlier, 10 hours and 19 minutes of daylight, with the sun now going down before 6 o'clock at night. Times, they are a-changing, or the weather is anyway. Camera 2. Let's pay a visit to, that's downtown Wenatchee from the Cascadian camera, pointing to the north and to the west towards the Wenatchee area, I think. Or is that pointed towards East Wenatchee? I think it's pointed towards East Wenatchee. I think I'm an idiot. Yep, that's Fred Meyer. I can see it there. Okay, no brains, no headaches. The traffic on the Senator George Seller Bridge is to your right. On this Monday, very light traffic. Monday is the lightest traffic day of the work week. A lot of people take Mondays off. I am not among them, but the trade-off is, even though we're here and we work on Mondays, we don't work real hard. There we go. From the Cascadian, looking towards East Wenatchee, camera number 3. Jump Off Ridge looks phenomenal. Gorgeous view from Jump Off Ridge. Lots to see there. You can see almost all of East Wenatchee. You can make out the airport, the industrial parks, Wenatchee, way off there in the distance. It is a gorgeous view from Jump Off Ridge on a particularly raw and cool morning, but what a stunning view that is. And that's a long haul from downtown Wenatchee to get to the top of Jump Off Ridge. It's about an hour drive. It ain't easy, but that's the payoff. Camera 4. Ooh, let me see here. Is that, let me think. I'm gonna say maybe that's the monitor camera. I'm waiting for, is that number 1 Canyon? That's the number 1 Canyon camera, looking back towards East Wenatchee, trying to let in as much light as possible. We've talked about this before. When there's not enough light, the cameras automatically switch to black and white. Some of the cameras are manually set to color, so they never go to black and white, and that's one of them. But it's letting in more light than it actually is outside. So it's a bit disconcerting when you think, wow, it's not, is that bright out? It isn't really that bright out, but we open up our, we actually close down. You don't care. This is, we're letting in light. That's what we're doing. Okay. A little shop talk here on this Monday. 5 minutes after the hour, we do have a slide to show for you from the National Weather Service. Unsettled weather for today, tomorrow, and right on into Wednesday. It's also going to be a little breezy at times. In fact, the chance of rain and some snow in the upper elevations really goes through all of the week and into the weekend. It's going to get quite chilly. We're going to see overnight lows in the 30s by the time we get to the weekend. High snow in the Cascades, probably not to pass level, and the pass level, the snow in the passes will eventually, the snow levels will eventually go up and not down. So also a little breezy at times, especially out in the Columbia Basin, as that system that I just talked about begins to shift into British Columbia and exits the Pacific Ocean, which brought all that rain to the California area, Oregon, and some very stormy weather in the Puget Sound. All we had, of course, over the weekend was pretty steady rain, and that's really what we're going to have. More clouds and sun and rain off and on really all week long. From the National Weather Service, here you go. 40% chance of rain, most of it in the afternoon. You see, we do have some patches of blue. Don't get used to that. The clouds will be prevalent today. We'll top off at about 54 degrees. 40 for the overnight low tonight. Again, about a 40% chance of rain right into the overnight hours. Tuesday, rain, and most of it in the afternoon hours. High of about 54 degrees. So we're going to have some rain, maybe up to a quarter of an inch of rain. It's a lot of rain on Tuesday, almost all of it coming down in the afternoon hours. Basically, your timeline for rain on Tuesday, noon to midnight. That's about it. It's going to start raining tomorrow about noon. It's going to rain fairly steadily to about 11 p.m. or midnight on Tuesday night. Wednesday, sunshine, breezy, with a high of only 55. Just a slight chance of rain on Wednesday. That's our break. And then here we go with another system on Thursday. We're likely to see some rain on Thursday morning with a high of 57 degrees. Rain in the forecast for Friday. Under cloudy skies, about 58, about a 40% chance of rain. And then we cool down. Look at the overnight lows. Friday, 36, Saturday, 34, Sunday, 34. Cooler air and no clouds to keep the blanket on the north central Washington area. So we are going to get quite chilly, but we will be dry on Saturday and Sunday. Of course, Sunday is Halloween. So there it is for your last full week in October. Cloudy and rainy off and on. The heaviest rain is expected on Tuesday and then again on Thursday with some sun breaks on Wednesday. But for the most part, it's going to be unsettled. Mother Nature is going to kind of mix things up a little bit for the last week in October. It's 8 minutes after the hour, a 1 minute break, and then your Monday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, you know, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Sandberg, and I'm seeking re-election for the Wenatchee School Board. From my time on the board, I know how to be fiscally responsible when navigating a complex school district budget. Our students need updated facilities and access to the critical resources needed to maximize their learning potential. If you care about our students' future, please vote for me, Michelle Sandberg, for Wenatchee School Board.
Mixture of clear skies and high clouds, 45 degrees. In downtown Wenatchee, we have a lingering chance of rain all day today. Chance of rain tonight, pretty good dose of rain on Tuesday, catch a break on Wednesday, and then unsettled weather on Thursday and Friday, and then we get sunny and cool weather, quite cold, as a matter of fact, for the overnight lows coming up this weekend. And we begin at 9 minutes after the hour with this story. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office has released this surveillance photo of a man they suspect doing significant damage to a Tesla parked at the Bavarian Lodge in Leavenworth. The man reportedly throwing several rocks at the Tesla. Now, the Sheriff's Office said the vandalism occurred a week ago Saturday at about 4 in the morning. Now, anybody with information on the man is asked to call the Rivercom non-emergency line at 663-9911 and ask for Corporal Randy Lake. On that very same night as that vandalism, one of Leavenworth's biggest seasonal downtown markets also burglarized. The Village Art in the Park, it's a nonprofit that hosts Northwest traveling artists and raises money for local art scholarships. Well, they say somebody entered 3 of its tented booths after midnight back on October 16th, made off with prints, stickers, paints, hats, jewelry supplies, a blanket, and a small amount of cash. The entry was caught on this very grainy surveillance video. Anybody with information on the burglary and the theft has to call the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Grant County has a new Superior Court judge. Anna Giglotti will take the seat on the bench previously held by Judge David Estulio. Governor Jay Inslee announcing Giglotti's appointment on Thursday. She currently is a Grant County Court Commissioner who hears cases assigned by elected judges and formerly worked as a deputy prosecutor. Estulio resigned from the Grant County judgeship after President Biden appointed him to the United States District Court in Western Washington. Giglotti will serve out the rest of his elected term. Though the rate of new COVID-19 cases in Chelan and Douglas counties remains high, the numbers did show a decline last week. At the same time, hospitalizations from the virus are on the rise. The Chelan-Douglas Health District said on Thursday that the rate of new cases is at 608 per 100,000 residents over the last 2 weeks. That's down from 702 new cases per 100,000 population reported in the prior week. Meanwhile, the number of people hospitalized with COVID-19 at Central Washington Hospital rose sharply. 2 weeks ago, there were 33 COVID-19 patients at the hospital, but by late last week, that number had grown to 46. 12 of those patients are in the intensive care unit. That's double the number that was previously reported. There are currently 23 Chelan County residents hospitalized with the virus, 9 from Douglas County and 10 from Grant County. A bill from Representative Kim Schreier to help forest agencies keep more money for wildfire remediation is making its way through Congress. The bill passed unanimously out of the House Agricultural Committee on Thursday. The 8th District Congresswoman says right now the U.S. Forest Service has money slipping through its hands that could be used to repair damaged wildlands to the tune of about $7.5 million over the last 5 years.
The Forest Service is responsible for overseeing the remediation and restoration of lands damaged by mining activities and human-caused wildfires. And when the negligent actions of companies or individuals result in damages to Forest Service property, officials enter a settlement agreement with the responsible parties to hold them accountable. And the Forest Service then uses the settlement funds to conduct restoration and remediation actions on the affected lands. Now, at the moment, the Forest Service does not have the authority to retain interest on those settlement funds like other federal agencies, such as the Department of the Interior or the EPA. The National Forest Restoration and Remediation Act would allow the Forest Service to retain interest on settlement funds and apply those additional resources to complete necessary restoration work.
Finally, on this Monday, beginning yesterday, making a phone call or sending a text message will change for pretty much everybody who's calling within the 509 area code. They're going to establish a national 3-digit suicide prevention hotline, and that means dialing 509 before the phone number, even if you're making a local call. Dave Tosh is the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and our own Carrie Ramirez, an assistant manager with Local Tel, talked about how this came about and what it means for you.
Next year, July 16th of 2022, they're going to be implementing the new suicide hotline number of 988. There's currently an 800 number of 1-800-273-TALK. When you dial that number, it gets people in contact if they're having a mental crisis or if they're down, if they're feeling depressed, if they're, feeling like they're going to harm themselves, they call this number. Well, a lot of times we have quick 3-digit numbers like 911 or dial before you dig 881. And there's a list of numbers that we currently have for people. And in those numbers, they're now going to have 988. So that's going to be a resource for people to dial because we've run out of all of our 11s. We have 211, which is our number for local community resources. There's 311, which is non-emergent police sort of numbers. Mm-hmm. There's 411 information, 511s for DOT, and then there's, the 811 and 911s. So now we're going to have a 988 number starting on our 8s. So this will be a good resource for people. And the thing is there are 82 different area codes that all have a prefix afterwards of 988. So all of them have to change to 10-digit dialing now. And it started with 10-digit dialing started back in the early 1990s because people were getting to be more metropolis. There's growing population, there's a lot more cities, and because of that, we started running out of numbers and we had to add additional area codes. So when you're in a local area and you're adding additional area codes, you start having to do 10-digit dialing. And so now, unfortunately, we're going to have to start doing 10-digit dialing because we have prefixes in our area code of 988 as well.
Well, that means that if you've got a mobile phone, which many people do now, many seniors have them, you need to be careful on your address book. You got to have 10 digits in there. You can't just call your friend by name and use the old number, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of other devices as well. Maybe you can talk a little more about some of that.
Yeah, so your security systems at home, your burglar systems, fire alarms, all of those have numbers programmed into the alarm system. And you'll want to make sure that they're now set for 10-digit dialing and not 7-digit. There's also your business cards, your checkbooks, things like that that you don't think about where you have your number placed that you'll want to go ahead and add your area code again.
And that's what's making headlines at 17 minutes after the hour on this Monday. Grant will be back. Jefferson filled in for Grant on Friday's edition of the news, and it's my trick knee is telling me we're going to have another busy day in the bullpen gathering news and disseminating news. And with a preview, here's Jefferson Robbins.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Live Evening News, we'll have a look at how Chelan County's proposed budget for next year looks a little different from its current budgets. The county commissioners are weeding their way through all the dollar requests that are coming at them. That and all the rest of the day's news coming up tonight, 5, 6, and 10 p.m. on the NCW Live Evening News. I'll be here along with Grant Olson with headlines and weather. We hope to see you then, Dan.
Thank you, Jefferson. You got a news tip? You want to drop us a note? We'd love to hear from you. We really do, and you're pretty good at it. You can use our Facebook page and just use the Messenger app. It's pretty simple there. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com, or you can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and be sure to bookmark it because we are constantly populating it with the latest information that you need. And you'll see the Contact Us icon at the top of the page. Click on it. It's pretty simple from there. Going to mix things up a little bit. We're still digesting sports. We're still getting sports brought into our system from a busy sports weekend. Eric is hammering out sports. So instead of coming back with sports, we'll come back with the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays, and Mike Mad Dog McNaughty's opinion. And then after that, we'll have your sports highlights. So if you got that, mixing things up just a little bit today on this Monday. Grab your cup of coffee and come right back in 1 minute. We got the obscure holiday coming your way. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow. We have live bands to rock the night away, comedy to make you laugh, and if that's not enough, we have poker every Monday and Wednesday night. Club Crow in Cashmere has it all. Check out our Facebook event page for dates and times. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
Yes, we would all love to have a crystal ball to tell us precisely where the local economy and real estate market is headed in 2021 and in the near future. However, what we do have here at NCW Life Channel are local experts we connect with every week to give us the inside scoop on all you need to know about your home and our local real estate market. Join me each week while we find out what's happening in the greater Wenatchee Valley. I'm your host, Crystal Hughes, and you are watching At Home with NCW Life.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show, live in concert.
Welcome to Crunch Pack, the #1 supplier of sliced apples and a premier employer in the Wenatchee Valley. We are looking to add new members to our Crunch Pack team. We offer full-time work with great benefits and a safe environment with fantastic people. As a part of the Crunch Pack family, you'll find a home that's all about helping you thrive and succeed. Come see what Crunch Pack can do for you. Apply today at 300 Sunset Highway in Cashmere or online at crunchpack.com.
21 minutes after the hour. Don't worry, sports is coming. We're just mixing things up here a little bit on this Monday, so bear with us as we move forward with the obscure holiday on this October 25th, and we want to celebrate Sourest Day. It can apply to things that taste sour in your map, or it can apply to people who are kind of sourpusses, if you will. But for the purposes of this, because I put the lemon up there, we're going to talk about foods that are sour. Do you like sour stuff? Obviously, lemons jumps immediately to mind. Most of it is fruit related. Lemons are sour, grapefruits are sour, limes are sour, kumquats. I made a list actually. Rhubarb is a bit of a sour taste. Sauerkraut, that's how it got its name. I love sauerkraut. Put it on my big old hot dog. Cranberries, apple vinegar, and my personal favorite, which I don't find too often, you have to go to the big city to get kimchi, the Korean dish with they put a bunch of spices and cabbage and stuff and they bury it in the ground and they let it ferment for long periods of time. I love a good bowl of kimchi. You don't see it too often though. So today is National Sourest Day for you people who like your food a tad on the sour side. Apparently there was a sweetness day like 10 days ago and I missed that. Let's move forward with today in history. King George III got the gig on this date back in 1760, 261 years ago today. He got the gig, of course, because his grandfather died. His grandfather, King George II, kicks the bucket. King George III takes over the British throne. And I wonder if George II, his grandfather, had a chance to talk to George III, his grandson, before he got the gig, saying, you know, there's those guys over there and those colonists over there in North America, they're starting to get on my nerve a little bit. They're like a stone in my shoe. I don't think anything's going to come with it. They're not going to, there's not going to be any revolution or anything. But you might want to keep an eye, George III, on that Ben Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams crew. They're kind of a pain in the rear end to me. George no listen. Makes you wonder, the Revolutionary War. If George III was just a little looser with the checkbook, we might not have had a country. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyway, King George III took over the British throne. He started out great, and then it kind of all went to, anyway. That was 261 years ago today. The USS Tang was one of the great submarines in World War II. In fact, in its short span, it was only in the war for about 2 years, less than that actually. The USS Tang, the submarine, sank 33 ships, totaling about 120,000 tons. That is pretty remarkable. But unfortunately, on this date, October 25th, 1944, 77 years ago today, under the captainship of Richard O'Kane, he was considered the top submarine ace in all of World War II. The Tang sank in the Strait of Taiwan. It sank itself. The torpedo malfunctioned. It fired the torpedo at a Japanese cruiser ship, and the torpedo went all the way around and hit the Tang. Oops, this stuff happened. 78 men aboard died. 9 of them were able to survive, including the captain. The 9 survivors of the USS Tang's sinking were picked up by a Japanese patrol boat, and when they realized who they caught, they beat them up pretty good, and then they were prisoners of war until the end of the war. The Tang sank because its torpedo went all the way around and was looking for something to hit, and it hit the ship that fired it. It happened on this date 77 years ago today. October 25th, 1970, 51 years ago today, in a speech before the National Association of Broadcasters, President Richard M. Nixon implored all radio stations in the country to stop playing that rock and roll music that contains references to drug use. We need to stop it out right now. There's too many songs on the top 40 that are about taking drugs, and you guys got to stop playing them. And all the radio stations that were playing music that had alleged drug references stopped playing them immediately. Well, not really. These kids today with their long hair and their rock and roll, I don't get it. That was 51 years ago today. Hey, Dick. Everybody gets a stupid war. We've had a few of ours, and 38 years ago today, the United States invaded a country whose entire economy was based on cocktails. Grenada in the Caribbean, just north of Venezuela. Yeah, we invaded Grenada. The reason why? They were Americans there. There were about 600 medical students on the island of Grenada, and Ronald Reagan said, we were concerned that they would be taken hostage and we would do the Iranian hostage crisis would happen all over again. So we're going to protect the medical students that are American and they're in Grenada practicing medicine. That night, October 25th, 1983, the medical students appeared on Nightline with Ted Koppel and said, we're totally safe, we're fine, we don't know what's going on. They said our lives aren't in danger. This did not go over very well with the international community. The United Nations General Assembly condemned the United States raid on Grenada as a flagrant violation of international law. The vote, 108 to 9. The United Nations said, you really shouldn't have done that. It was so stupid. Personal opinion. Anyway, let's move on to birthdays, shall we? The American who is synonymous with wrestling in this country, Dan Gable, is 73 years old today. A 2-time national champion as a collegiate wrestler. He went 117-1 at Iowa State University. 117-1 in his matches as a collegiate wrestler. The only match he ever lost was the final match of his career for the NCAA National Heavyweight Championship to a wrestler from the University of Washington. He then went on to win the gold medal at the 1972 Olympics, and as the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes wrestling program, they won 15 NCAA championships in Dan Gable's 21 years as head coach. Mr. Wrestling, Dan Gable, 73 years old today. This will make you feel old. Bart Simpson is 64 years old. Well, not Bart. Bart will always be 10 years old. But Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, is 64 years old today. She's also the voice of Todd Flanders, Nelson Muntz, and Ralph Wiggum. The voice of Bart Simpson, Nancy Cartwright, 64 years old today. Pedro Martinez, one of the greatest pitchers of his generation, is 50 years old today. I'll be checking in with Pedro when he analyzes the World Series starting tomorrow. 3 times a Cy Young Award winner. He won the ERA title 5 times. In 1999, he won the pitching Triple Crown, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame on merit, I should add, in the class of 2015. Happy 50th to Pedro Martinez, one of my favorites. Catherine Elizabeth Hudson celebrates a birthday today. Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, best known as Katy Perry, is 37 years old today. By the way, she, of course, was the halftime performer at the 2015 Super Bowl. That 2015 Super Bowl halftime performance not only had higher ratings than the game itself, it remains to this day the highest rated Super Bowl halftime show starring Katy Perry. That was 6 years ago. Katy Perry is 37 years old today. And Sierra Princess Wilson, also known as Mrs. Russell Wilson, the singer, the actress, the producer, she is 36 years old today. Known professionally, of course, as just Sierra. Married to Russell Wilson, she is 36 years old today. I think isn't she like a judge in American Idol now or something? I lost track of that stuff. It's the bottom of the hour. When we come back, we have an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Scare Crazy in Kashmir. It's a spooktacular good time all month long in Kashmir. Scarecrows will be waiting for you throughout the town. Silly ones, spooky ones, and everything in between. Yeah, it's Scare Crazy in Kashmir. Bring the family and find the scarecrows all around Kashmir. And be sure to thank these fine sponsors.
Loves Me Flowers, a step beyond ordinary, adorning life's moments with flower arrangements, plants, and gifts. Epidolin Retirement and Assisted Living for seniors in a home-like atmosphere.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think is there something the matter with him?
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious? No, he's not. He's not. Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, whether you're a Christian or not, we all have some idea of who Jesus is, right? But have you heard about the new Jesus, the one that some Christians are talking about, who I call the magic trick Jesus? Now, this is the Jesus who, even though you might catch a cold, the flu, or God forbid, sometimes have cancer in your life, the magic trick Jesus is the one who will keep you from getting COVID. Now, if you believe in the magic trick Jesus, you don't have to wear a mask or get vaccinated, because by doing so, you're demonstrating a lack of faith. By wearing a mask or getting vaccinated or not doing these things, you're showing what a strong believer you are in the magic trick Jesus. Now, by the way, this magic trick Jesus is not the one that the Bible talks about. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion.
When I was about 16, I got in a relationship. He hit me for the first time in front of his daughter. He physically abused me in front of my children. I couldn't do it no more. Sage was there for me when I needed them. I didn't hear a lecture from them. I didn't hear anything, but just acceptance. And that's what I needed at the time. And they help you with everything that you need to move on in life and heal.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
37 minutes after the hour, better late than never. Sports, we're good to go. The World Series is set. It'll be the Astros, it'll be the Braves. World Series starts tomorrow. Houston punching their ticket on Friday, shutting out the Red Sox 5-0. Louis Garcia and 4 relievers held the Red Sox to just 2 hits. Garcia getting the win. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up just 1 hit, struck out 7 Red Sox. Houston had a 2-0 lead in the 8th, and that's when Kyle Tucker put the game away.
Tucker hits it in the air to left. Back at the wall. Gone! Home run! 5-0 Houston in the 8th.
Well, he just hit his second 2-out, 3-run homer.
What a moment for Kyle Tucker. Here comes the 0-1. Fly ball into left. That should do it. Astros win the pennant.
The Astros outscored the Red Sox 23-3 in the final 3 games to win the American League Championship Series. They're off to the Fall Classic for the 3rd time in the last 5 seasons. Jordan Alvarez, 4 for 4. He was named the series MVP. The only question remaining, who the Astros would be taking on in the World Series, that was answered for the most part in the bottom of the 4th inning of Saturday's Game 6 of the National League Championship Series, courtesy of Eddie Rosario.
Do it again. Another 1-2 coming from Buehler. Rosario deep to right. It is gone! A 3-run blast! Eddie Rosario keeps his dream postseason alive. Here's a 1-0. And on the ground, Swanson, he's got it to his feet, throw to first. There it is! The Atlanta Braves are going to the World Series!
Rosario was named the National League Championship Series Most Valuable Player. Atlanta topping the Dodgers the final 4-2. They win their first pennant since 1999. We are good to go. The 117th edition of the World Series begins tomorrow night at Minute Maid Park, 5:09 on Fox. Framber Valdez and Charlie Morton will will do battle. All right, to the Les Schwab College football scoreboard from over the weekend. The Huskies erased a 13-0 halftime deficit. They outscored Arizona 21-3 in the second half. They win 21-16 on Friday. This was Friday night. Dylan Morris threw 2 touchdown passes. Cameron Davis rushed for another. Huskies improved to 2-2 in Pac-12 play. Despite 3 touchdown runs by Max Borghi, the Cougars fell to the Cougars on Saturday. 21-19, it was the Cougars' first game without Nick Rolovich, of course, who was fired 1 week ago for not getting a COVID-19 vaccination. Eastern Washington missed an extra point with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the game, and Weber State ran out the clock from there to win 35-34. Eric Barrier combining for 330 yards, passed for a couple of touchdowns. He rushed for another in the loss, and Central Washington blew open a 4-point game with 42 second-half points to beat Western Oregon 53-21 at Tomlinson Stadium. The Wildcats scored 4 touchdowns through the air, 3 on the ground. They were 5-2 on the season. We had a great game Friday night between Kashmir and Omak, and went down to the final seconds with Blake Sam kicking a 25-yard field goal with 7 seconds left to give the Pioneers the victory over the Bulldogs 45-42. Eric Granstrom and Pete Phillips were there. Highlights.
2 receivers to the short side left, 1 wide right. In motion from left to right is Fjellman, and they're going to throw it his way, and he's got room over there. Gets away from 1 man up the far sideline. He'll go to the 20, to the 15, and then finally tumble down. No, he's going to stay on his feet and almost get it into the end zone. Holy cow. Up under center and go with a sneak. They're going to turn, hand it to Fjellman again, and he will dive this time. Will he get to the end zone? That is the question. No, the officials are saying no.
Touchdown.
Oh, okay. Now the official on the far side says yes. Finally, hands raised in the air. The heartbreaking loss last week at the Pear Bowl. Turn and hand on a counter play, and here we go. On the run is Verrilman, and this senior doesn't get a lot of time to play, but he's going to take it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. How about that? Henry Verrilman with a handoff on the counter play, and he will go for the 68-yard touchdown. So open backfield for him. He's going to send Fjellman in motion. Watch for him, and he lost the football. It's loose on the ground. I think Kashmir had a shot at it, but Omak, did they recover it? No, Kashmir says they've got it. They do! Coming up with a football for the Bulldogs on the recovery of the fumble is Dallin Smart. The linebacker covers it, and how about that? Kashmir gets a break as Omak turns it over. Tonight, we got to pop Omak in the mouth, and boy, they're trying to do that right here. Back, handoff, Jacobson running left, got past 1 man, got past 2 men, he's in the end zone, and touchdown, Kashmir. A lot of scoring in this opening quarter. Handoff, Fjellman, he's looking for the end zone, and he gets it. Touchdown, Omak.
Touchdown, Pioneers.
So the second touchdown of the ball game for Omak comes on the ground again.
Playing quarterback, not even a wildcat. They've got him lined up in shotgun.
Yes, they do, so Scott will take the snap. He'll take it to the left side, and he will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Kashmir. Cole Scott on a keeper. Now, Sackman is the one to watch here. He is their punter on a 4th and 1. They're going to turn and hand it, and caught in the backfield. Going to be stopped on the 4th down play. Loss of 4 yards. Kashmir covers, and they make the stop. Great job defensively for the Bulldogs by Trey Smith, who comes up on the tackle. Wide to the right here for Trenton Mason on a 1st and goal from the 5. He'll pitch it to Jacobson running left. He's got room. He's into the end zone. Walks in like he's on a Sunday picnic stroll, and a touchdown for Kashmir, as they handed it off that time to Fjellman. Fjellman will come as a slot back over to the right here. And Sackman back to pass, looking downfield, throwing the ball, fluttering. The ball caught by Fjellman at the 40. It's a sprint towards the end zone to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He'll dive into the end zone for the touchdown. Over the top of Croce. Jack made the swipe at the ball as it came through, and Fjellman right there, and from his own 33. Good pass from center. Ogwin dropped the football, however. He still can't get it, and it's going to be picked up by Omak, and returning it here is one of their big linemen. He's going to take it for a touchdown. Jacob Hurlbert will convert it into 6 points. That's a big Cole Scott side over there, but they're overloading it, so you got too many men over there to block. Now back to pass is Mason, throwing downfield, got a man coming open, he's caught it, and Kelly running free at the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and he will dive and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Kashmir. Holy cow. Back and forth we go here on the kickoff. Some good return man for Kashmir, and this one's going the way of Tice. Tice will flip it off to Croce up the far sideline. Got a room over there to the 50, to the 40 of Omak. Still on his feet, got a block. He's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. 75 yards on the kickoff return for Kashmir. Stenberg and Mercado will split out wide to the right here for Sackman, who's got Fjellman in the backfield with him, and he's going to run it, and he's going to be stuffed on the play. Oh, my gosh, what a hard hit for Brody Larson. Holy cow, and I don't know if Sackman's going to get up after that one. And Sackman's back in after an ugly, ugly hit. He's going to get he's going to keep it. And guess who's got him again? And now we're going to get a flag down on a face mask that took him to the turf by Dallin Smart. Smart just reaching out and got a handful of face mask. But there we go. Second down and goal. Handoff. Left side. It's Fjellman, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Omak is an extra point away from tying it here in Kashmir tonight. Sackman. Back. Rolls left. Stops. Pressure. Throws. Ball is intercepted by Kashmir at the 5-yard line. Sackman back to pass again. Watch out in the flat. He throws it out in the flat. The ball's caught over there. Up the far sideline he goes. He's still alive at the 25-yard line. Finally tipped down there. It's Rose on the reception, as he'll send C.J. Arroyo out to the left. Looking left. Now slips and falls down, and Kashmir covers him at the 35-yard line, and they throw a flag late. And they're going to say a late hit against Kashmir. And how do you stop your momentum on a slippery night like this?
Wow. And, it wasn't really even a hit as much as it was trying to stop and just falling on him.
Oh, my gosh. That's awful. 18-yard line after the penalty. And now back to pass. And, oh, my, look out. Here comes another flag as Cole Scott reached out and got the face mask of Sackman. And another half the distance penalty going to come against Kashmir here, and that will give Omak a first down with 50 seconds to go. So Omak's going to watch the clock here. Back to pass again. Sackman rolling to his right, throwing back across his body. The ball is dropped at the 4-yard line. It's game time. Sackman back, throwing toward the end zone, looking for the receiver, and we get a flag in the end zone and another penalty against Kashmir on pass interference. So second down from the 7 for Omak, and Sackman's going to keep it, and he's wrapped up at about the line to gain. Looks like they might have enough for a first down here, but the clock's still running, by the way. They stopped it momentarily to look at things. 31 seconds left. First and goal from the 5. Clock is what they're looking at right now. High snap to Sackman, running right, wants to keep it himself, and he's going to be slung down short of the line of scrimmage, and Jacobson right there for Kashmir. 13 seconds. Omak's got to use their timeouts, and they will. And here we go. They're going to go for it with 21 seconds left. Handoff inside, and the ball carrier is Fjellman. He's fighting for yardage, not going to get it, though. And that, I think, will be the end of regulation, or no, we're going to get a timeout taken. Who's got the timeout? Omak, I had out of timeouts. All right, so here we go. Field goal attempt by Blake Sam. Spot down, kick away. It's got plenty of distance, and it is good. With 7.3 seconds to go, Omak takes the lead 45-42 over Kashmir. Omak back playing center field here. Mason gets the snap. Throws downfield, and this ball is going to be intercepted because it doesn't go anywhere near a Bulldog. And sliding down at midfield will be Sackman. So give credit to Bo Sackman, who came back from an injury, leads Omak down the field thanks to some penalties along the way. And a 26-yard field goal is the difference in this one. Heartbreaker tonight for Kashmir, who had it in their hands and lose it down the stretch and fall by that final of 45-42. 42-42. Cole Scott joining us here on the postgame show. And Cole, what's the feeling right now?
It was a tough loss. Towards the end of the game, we just couldn't execute on offense. Congrats to OMAC, though. They just outplayed us at the end.
You guys played so hard all night long. Were you surprised at how the game started out? You guys were able to go down the field quickly, get that first touchdown from way outside, and Verrilman takes it around the outside. Were you a little surprised at how you were able to do that?
Honestly, we weren't surprised. I've been telling the team the whole week that we got to come out and we got to jump on them, and we got to get on them from the start. And tonight, OMAC just didn't give up.
Brian Bremer, kind enough to join us here on the postgame show. Can you put this into words right now, Coach?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Really is. Feel bad for those guys. This team worked so hard, and they deserve to win that football game. Regardless of all the mistakes that we made, we deserved to win that football game, but so did they. And the funny thing is with sports is that's why you play the game. I really do feel like I let the team down offensively the second half. Had a great attack in the first half, didn't make enough adjustments in the second half. So this one's on me. I didn't make enough adjustments. Kids play hard, and I got to put them in a better situation to make plays in the second half.
It was a very entertaining league game on the Caribou Trail League on Friday night. Another Caribou Trail League play. Let's take a look at the scoreboard from our friends at Les Schwab. Cascade won a non-leaguer over Coupeville, 42-13, and Chelan topped Quincy, 33-7. Eastmont keeps its playoff hopes alive, a 31-26 win over Sunnyside. Union used a big second half to beat the Panthers, 41-20. Moses Lake remains on top of the Big Nine with a victory over Davis, 33-21, and West Valley knocking off Ike, 43-14. In CWAC play, Sela was a winner. Royal trounced Ephrata 56-6. Othello, no real issues with the Ellensburg Bulldogs, 28-0. And Prosser beat East Valley of Yakima 37-17. Central Washington B-League play from over the weekend. Antioch over Bridgeport. The final was 48-36. Lake Roosevelt edged Manson 15-6. Okanagan rolled over Tenasket 49-7. And on Saturday, Liberty Bell over Waterville Mansfield 42-18. To the Les Schwab Prep Girls Soccer scoreboard from Saturday, Eastmont edged Eisenhower 3-1. Wenatchee kept pace by blanking Davis 2-0. Moses Lake squashed Sunnyside 9-2. And Kashmir took care of Cleellum Roslyn 6-0. In volleyball play on Saturday, again from our friends at Les Schwab, Waterville Mansfield swept Riverside Christian in 3. Lakeside out of 9 Mile Falls shut out Quincy. Manson blanked Brewster 3-0. And don't forget, Monday Night Football tonight. Oh, Nelly, it'll be a rock'em-sock'em football war between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Lumen Field, 5:15 on the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, sometimes referred to as ESPN. And that is sports. Going to take a break. When we come back, one more look at your unsettled weather forecast on this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
You.
No one cares about insulation.
Out of sight, out of mind, I guess.
But it's just so effective and inexpensive. It's one of the best ways to warm your home. Chelan's PUD $1 per square foot rebate can often pay for the cost of a DIY blow-in installation to an attic. So are you gonna check out the rebates at ChelanPUD.org/save today?
Yeah!
Can you help me down? Let's go to ChelanPUD.org/save today.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
In a world afraid of technology, one man, one show will bring you the newest innovations that may just change your life. This summer, Ray McNeil and your Weekly Tech Update is your Weekly Tech Update with Ray McNeil.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
And we are back here on this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. As you look at the screenshot from behind my left shoulder, it looks like we're pretty much now past the peak of the fall colors here in the Wenatchee Valley. Other locations, they passed their peak about a week ago, but with the rain coming down, significant rain, we had almost a half an inch of rain over the weekend. A lot of leaves are beginning to exit their earthly vessel and falling to the ground, and we are in for a very cool and wet week with a couple of little exceptions along the way. Forecast details are coming up, but we have the time, so now the sun is up and has been for about 25 minutes. We thought we'd take one more tour around north central Washington with our Valley View cameras. Again, there is the cross camera just like it was about an hour ago, and as you can see, beautiful sunrise, but we still have some clouds hanging around out there, and we're not done with the rain. We have some chance for some rain later on this afternoon. Again, forecast details are coming up, but you can take a look at the fall colors. As you can see, they're pretty much at their peak or maybe just a little bit past their peak here in the Wenatchee Valley. Camera number 2. I think we're using the same cameras. Yep, that is the camera on top of the Cascadian, looking back towards the East Wenatchee area with the Senator George Seller Bridge on the far right-hand corner of your screen. Speaking of that, we'll be visiting with Linda Haglund, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. They'll be trick-or-treating on the Avenue on Sunday, as usual, with a few little tweaks and quirks. Linda will give you that information. We'll have Linda on the show, by the way, on Wednesday. Camera number 3. Great shot again from Jump Off Ridge. The Wenatchee Heights area just bathed in sunlight there. It kind of stands out like a castle. And the vast swath of East Wenatchee plainly visible. You can even see Pangbourne Memorial Airport on the far right-hand corner of your screen from the Jump Off Ridge camera. Good morning to Stamil. Good morning to Malaga. And camera number 4. We're back to the number 1 canyon, looking right into the sun. I want to put on my sunglasses. It's good to see the sun. It took the weekend off, and with the exception of a little bit of today and Wednesday, the sun will be taking most of this week off as well. Yep, unsettled weather. We have the slide from the National Weather Service. We're in for still, it's still going to be very unsettled. That's about the best way to put it. That big ridge of low pressure that was just off the coast of Vancouver Island, it was spinning around, grabbing all of that moisture from the northern Pacific and channeling it right through the Pacific Northwest and Oregon and Northern California. It's still there, but it's going to start moving onshore, which means we're going to have a lesser chance of rain, but a better chance of some wind. And again, outside of Wednesday, we're going to see some sun breaks. We're in for a pretty cloudy week from the National Weather Service. It looks something like this. Rain today, most of it in the afternoon, about a 40% chance of rain, so get ready for a drop or two. We'll get up to only 54. Our high yesterday was 51 degrees, by the way. 40% chance of rain, mainly before midnight tonight. Outside of that, lots of clouds, 40 for the overnight low. We do it again on Thursday, even a better chance of rain. Most of the rain will be Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night, so it's going to be wet on your afternoon commute on Tuesday with a high of only 54, 41 for the overnight low. Wednesday, we catch some sun breaks between systems. More rain expected Thursday and Friday, sunny and chilly for the last 2 days of October. That is it for us. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.